I'm here with Mr. Drew Marion, none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself. Drew, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Drew has been, I don't know, we've been connected for what, like 2 years, something like that. We did a training program a couple years ago, but we're here to talk all about Google reviews because Drew is a Google reviews machine. I know he's going to be hard on himself. He's going to say, "Oh, I haven't been doing it as much as I probably should have been." But when he focuses on it, the results are crazy. And I know that after this interview, this conversation is over, you're going to pick it right back up again because you've seen so much success with it. Drew, let's get things started off a little bit. Why don't you tell us how long you've been selling, what lines of business you sell, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. So I've got about 6 years experience in sales, about 3 years as a client development in a client development role for a corporate life insurance agency, and then I've been doing P&C for the last 3 years with cooperators, home, auto, and then more recently commercial.
Yeah, yeah. What made you want to get into the commercial side of things?
I worked in the trades for most of my life. I've got at least a decade trades experience in pretty much every different type of capacity, every different trade. I mean, those are the guys you're going after usually. Those are the guys and gals you're going after. So, I still get to have one foot in that world while being the insurance guy. So,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah, love it. So like three years licensed selling PNC, you've moved into the commercial more recently here. Um, when I first started working with you, you were pretty green, like you're pretty new into the insurance space, like actually selling it, being
Yep.
licensed on the PNC side. And like any new producer, any new advisor, there's a little bit of like my name isn't really out there yet. My name isn't really associated. I don't have much of a reputation. I'm trying to establish credibility. And then a question that I get asked a lot is how do I get more Google reviews? Like, we already know that Google reviews is a great way to get social proof in the community, right? Most people, I know things are changing a little bit where they might start their search in Claude or ChatGPT or whatever, but people are still Googling. And even those AI tools, they pull from Google indexes. And reviews can really help out with that. So I guess my question for you, Drew, is what made you want to start collecting Google reviews in the first place? Why did that become a focus for you?
Well, it was put on my radar by you and the program that you were running, the sales program that you're running with our cooperators office and others, as far as I know. So that was kind of what first put me on to the. I mean, I've always known what they are, but starting to think about what it could do for me and how I could start, yeah, building a brand. But yeah, like, so I first started doing it because you put it on my radar and basically just pushed me to do it. And then once I started seeing results, I got pretty addicted to it. We all like to see nice things written about us or hear nice things said about us, obviously. Um, when it's in a public domain like that for everyone to see, it's relatively permanent, feels good. And so, yeah, I mean, it's definitely helped my reputation. So it's a win-win basically from all those perspectives.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. And you're giving me too much credit. You did the hard work. I just planted the seed. You watered it and you were pruning it and you were feeding it and now it's flowering, man. You said
Well, and I think
results. Oh,
it's
go ahead, yeah.
it's it also it's like something that's so easy to do, right? It's not time consuming. It's not a lot of work. At least from those perspectives, it's easy to do. Maybe it's hard to ask sometimes, or people are scared to do something new. But it's so easy, quick, efficient, and like there's the results right there, bang, 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 right underneath the company name every day, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, and I've seen you leveraging them too. Like I've seen I can't remember where I saw it exactly, but I think I saw something like, don't take it from me, take it from these Google reviews or like look me up on Google or something like that.
yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, so speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, if one day if I ever want to apply at a different job or if I want to start my own agency or who knows what the future holds, I mean, there's the proofs in the pudding right there. If you want references on a resume, you can basically just write Google reviews. There's 50 random people, 90% of them I don't really know them, and they're on the internet saying, "Hey, this guy was good, efficient, professional, well spoken, whatever it is they're saying on there." Um, I have had clients call the office and like request me, or when they get me, say, "Oh, like you're the guy I want to talk to. The Google reviews say that you're great over and over and over again." So it's definitely paying off in that way. Um, and it does like if you want to talk about Ford and like your Ford method and building a relationship with a client, yeah, I think it contributes to that as well. Um, if I have 5 things I need to do that all get put on my desk at the same time, and one of them they left me a Google review in the past, I never forget that. So I'm putting I like working on their stuff. It makes me feel good, and they like working with me, obviously, or they wouldn't spend even the 30 seconds it takes to do that. So
Yeah.
pays off in a lot of ways.
And I think when we first started talking about this, your agency, like the agency that you're working for, I think at the time there was only maybe a handful of reviews, and the agency's been around for quite a while. I think almost 2 decades, if not more.
Yes.
So I think
Yeah.
there were maybe only 4 or 5 reviews. I remember in the first 3 or 4 months after you started doing this, I think you collected something like 40 or 45 reviews in the first 3 or 4 months, which just blew my mind. That's over 10 a month. So I guess like, what's your process? Like, what's been the process maybe early on when you first started really focusing on it? And I know it's matured a little bit since you've moved into commercial. So, just walk us through like the basic, simple way that you might go about getting a Google review from a happy client.
um, Well, it probably got put on my radar to start trying to get Google reviews at the perfect time because I had been selling insurance for a year and a half, like this type of insurance for a year and a half at that point. So I had the ability to start taking the service up a notch and not just trying to figure out what the next step is all the time, right? So, I mean, obviously the cliche first response is you got to have some good service. If the service isn't, if they don't feel like the service is above and beyond, or at least like good, they're not going to obviously leave a positive Google review. Um, but it's evolved. Like at first, I would just ask people. I would just say, "Hey," at the end of the call, I'd just say, "Hey, I'm working on this. Is something I'm working on doing. Would you mind taking a couple minutes and doing this for me?" Usually, when you ask, you receive, people feel a little more obligated if they've said yes to you over the phone to now go do it. But if you have a 5 minute call with a client and over that call you teach them something, save them some money. I think those are the big two. If you can teach someone something or save them some money at the end of that call, send them an email and just reiterate exactly what happened in the call. Hey, Tom, great talking to you today. As discussed, saved you $40 a month on your home insurance, or as discussed, we explained comprehensive water and where this would help you, um, and then just ask for the Google review in the email after that, because then it's kind of like they know that you've helped them in the conversation, but once they hang the phone up, then they get that email reminding them again, hey, here's all the ways that I just helped you. Um, so if you don't mind leaving this review, and they get that second, oh yeah, that second like wave of, oh yeah, he did help me, and I'm gonna maybe fill out a Google review, right? Um, in an email like that, I'll have like basically a footnote message that just says I'm working on increasing Google reviews since I helped you today, or if it's a reoccurring client, since I've dealt with you a few times. I've included the link to our Google page. Click the link, leave me a review. It'd be greatly appreciated. That's really all I'm doing. And then you alluded to like how it's evolved with the business owners. If I work with a commercial, if I work on a commercial policy and we bind something, I won't even ask for the review at first. The first thing I'll do is go to their company page and leave them a review from my perspective as an insurance agent. So I'll just say, oh, I'm a commercial insurance agent at the Cooperators. I insure Tom's painting, and I can attest to the fact that he's fully insured. He's professional. He's doing his due diligence, and I would recommend him at any time. So I'll leave that review first. Then I'll send an email to Tom's Painting and say, "Hey Tom, I just left you a Google review on your webpage regarding our relationship, and if you want to do the same for me, here's a link." And I know you've spoken in the past about if you give something to someone, they do feel more obligated to return the favor.
The law
And
of reciprocity. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So and they've got that review online saying this guy's insured. I'm his agent. I know he's a good guy. Whatever, right? So yeah, they usually return the favor. And again, talk about Ford or like building a relationship with someone, that's huge. Like a couple minutes we each spent, but people remember that stuff.
Yeah, and it's so like it's so uncommon. I don't see that. Like when I Google businesses, like I go through the reviews a little bit, I never see like, "Oh, I'm so and so's accountant," or "Oh, I'm so and so's lawyer," "Oh, I'm so and so's insurance advisor." Here's how I can speak to their value or to their credibility or their reputation from this angle, which is different from a consumer, right? Different from a customer.
100%,
It
100%.
just
Yeah.
adds so much social proof. And yeah, you touch on so many great things there because like one of the biggest mistakes or traps is getting into this like order taker trap or this customer service trap, right? Where we just fall into the transactional. It's like, okay, I got something done for this person. Oh, yippee, they bought from me. Now I'm going to move on. Well, no, it's like, hold on. We talk about relationships in this business, but how are we actually forming it? And even though it seems so small, even though it seems so small, just one little piddly Google review, they've probably never had a business partner ever do that for them before.
Probably not. In a lot of ways, my checklist for things to do is bigger after I bind the policy than it is before. After, okay, now I'm doing the review. I'm on them about bringing business cards in so I can hang them on a cork board or whatever. Um, I'll say if you're around the area ever and you're doing a job, let me know. I'll come out. I'll give you some swag. I'll take some pictures. Yeah, like there's so much you can do after the sale that'll to bring in more business from them. And then obviously you want to talk about referrals. They're going to be like, yeah, this guy's great. I bought insurance off him. Here's all the things he did for me after that. Because like you said, yeah, usually once the payment hits the bank, that's a lot of people. A lot of the times it's just nothing after that, right? So
Yeah. And that's hugely valuable and it's so different. Like I say, we fall into this trap so often where it's like we just become transactional. We always talk about relationships. We never really explain how our relationship is actually different. And here you are doing things that are tangible, things that actually help their business beyond just the insurance stuff. So that value is just, it's harder to leave someone when you've built a relationship like that. And I
yeah,
want to
100%.
circle back a little bit to your process too, because like the way that you explain it, it's so simple but it's not easy, right? Because now you've got a bit of a process in place. You know it like the back of your hand, but like everything that you do from start to finish increases the likelihood that they follow through, right? It's like first you promise them that there's going to be value received in the conversation or solving their problem. Then you do it. You actually deliver on that. And then after you do that, you tell them almost from like a vulnerable place, right? Which is maybe counterintuitive, but like, hey, this is something I'm working on. Could you help me out? But counterintuitive is like, wait, aren't we supposed to be like always giving and never asking for help or whatever? It actually taps into something very personal when you ask it that way. And people genuinely or generally want to help someone else out if they're asked for help. So you get them to agree on the call. And then you don't just leave it there because a lot of people would. A lot of people would just be like, okay, hopefully they leave one. But as we all know, as soon as the client hangs up the phone, they're not thinking about insurance. They're moving on with their
No.
day. If they're a business owner, there's like 100 other things they need to do that
Yeah.
day. If they own a home, have family, have kids, I got to pick the kids up from soccer practice. Or, Susie just called and I got to pick up Johnny from daycare or whatever, right? There's always something busy going on.
Yeah.
So then you actually close the loop with the follow-up email because you want to do that anyway. You want to summarize all the changes. You want to restate the value that they received. As discussed, here's blah, 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 blah. And by the way, here's this Google review link. You click it and you give them the instruction. All you have to do is click it. It'll pull up the thing and then you can leave a review. You're making it hard for them to not follow through, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's pretty much the play. Yeah. Here's all the stuff I did for you. Here's how easy you could do something for me. And not saying it in those exact words, but that's, I mean, what's basically being said. And I mean, it's easy with the savings. Like if you save someone money, they'll pretty much always do it. But even a lot of people like to learn, and I mean, I'm sure we all hear it all the time. No one's ever explained that to me like that before. As soon as you hear that, send that email with what you taught them. Reiterate it, just brief. Just this is what we talked about. This is what I saved you. Click the link. Yeah, it's got to be easy and you got to show that you did provide some value, which they've forgotten about the moment they hang up the phone. So it's that reminder.
The one other thing I want to touch on here is because you and I we were riffing a little bit about, I don't know, a year ago, maybe 6 months ago, I forget when exactly, but we talked about, man, how cool would it be if you actually printed out the reviews and like had them in your office? Did you end up
Yeah,
doing that?
yeah. Um, I got. there's only, you probably can't really see it, but one, two, three, four, five. I have five on there. So like obviously I've got like 50 on the internet, but yeah, I did do it. I'm not gonna have 50 of them on my. I mean, maybe I could in a different format, but yeah, here's just five of them, all 5-star reviews, ranging from 7 months ago to 3 weeks ago at the time that I printed this. A couple of the names on here are local prominent business owners that might be recognized by a client in a smaller town of 20,000 people. And yeah, I mean, people come in your office, they look around at everything while you're clicking buttons, and it gets noticed, I'm sure. People haven't talked about it too much. I mean, what are you going to say to someone? Just say, "Oh, I see you're good at your job," but um,
But it's creating this like immersive experience, right? It's like you're inviting them in, and then social proof is always going to be more powerful than what you say about yourself. Like if I go and tell someone how amazing Drew is, that's going to matter more than if Drew just
yeah,
went up to that person themselves. I'm awesome. I'm really good at my job. I'm really smart. I'm really fast. I can help save you some money. But if David goes and does that, it means so much more. So even if they only scan that thing in your office, they look at it for 10 seconds, they're going to start to paint this picture. Okay, what's this guy's reputation? What can he do for me? What do other people say? Like that's all just entering into their mind almost subconsciously maybe. And like
yeah.
if you're growing, if you're selling policies, if you're winning new business, it's definitely not hurting your ability to do that.
No, like you've said to me before, when they come in your office, you're welcoming them into your world, and I want everything in my office to say I'm serious and I'm professional, and and like I enjoy what I'm doing. I'm putting extra effort into the little things, right? It's the little things. People love the little things.
Yeah, yeah. So Drew, like I say, about 2 years ago, I think is when we did our formal kind of training program. But since then, you've been part of our bind sales community, where we have insurance advisors of all different product lines, but and all across Canada, a couple in the United States as well. We're growing. What's it been like being part of that community there? Like, again, I don't want to be the one to prompt this too much. I want to hear from you, your experiences being a member there, being an advisor who's regularly contributing, regularly receiving stuff from there. What's that been like?
Fun. Um, just to have another outlet to talk about that kind of stuff. I don't run into a lot of insurance people outside of the office, and a lot of people don't want to talk about that stuff outside of business hours, understandably so. Like it's a job. But yeah, I mean, just having that community um, provides for me every time I look at bind. I get a little boost of motivation, which is important for everyone at it, no matter what position they are in their career. A little bit of extra accountability. If you see what other people are doing and you think, well, I could be doing this a little better, which, yeah, again, it's like motivation. Um, Even if you're the best salesperson in the world, um, you could benefit from bind. Like I would almost refer to it as like I'm a big sports guy. The players in the NHL are the best hockey players in the world. They know exactly what to do. So why do they need a coach? Because even if you're the best in the world at what you do, you need someone to kick you in the butt every once in a while or show you something different. So yeah, it's been fun. It's cool. It's very cool, and I've watched it grow quickly. And I'm always waiting to see what's next. You never know what's next in bind.
And I gotta say on that motivation piece too, because you've been there for you're one of our longest standing members, I think, and you've added so much motivation and inspiration to other people there. Even your Google review story, because the first time I saw that, you didn't even bring it to my attention. I had just looked at the Google reviews for your agency, and I thought, "Whoa, Drew's been busy. He's been working on this thing." And I remember when I posted about that, it was like a sea of comments of people just like so encouraged, so inspired by it. So
Yeah.
I do appreciate you kind of giving us a peek behind the curtain, maybe giving a little bit of your secret sauce on how to get these reviews and how you simplified it. I guess my last question for you, Drew, and then I'll let you go. I know you got to hop on a boat here pretty soon. What advice do you have for someone who maybe right now is too scared to ask for reviews? Maybe because they're early in the job and they feel like they need to do more to earn it, or maybe they've never done this before. They've never asked for Google reviews and they feel kind of cringy or awkward about it. What's the advice that you would offer?
Well, the first one would be maybe kind of cringy and cliche, but face your fears. If you want something, you got to go get it. Ask and you shall receive, all those cliche phrases that you could use about that. Um, but I would say I would kind of go maybe a little bit of a unpredictable route with my second part of that answer, which would be maybe you don't have to, because a lot of the time, like the process I just described with the business owners, I'm never really verbally asking for it. Provide real value over the phone, bind the policy, and then just post a link in an email. A lot of the times, the majority of mine, I didn't ask for verbally. So if like you're scared of that cringiness or awkwardness, or to ask for something in a in a business transaction where they're coming to you for a product, maybe you don't have to. There's always another way. It's 2026. We have technology that we can utilize. There's a million ways to do anything. So yeah, like I'm really not, and not because it's awkward for me or I don't want to, but it's just kind of, this is how my process has slowly developed to the point where I just found better to just deliver value on the call, get everything done, reiterate the value you provided, and then just send it in an email and ask. So, I mean, that might not be the best answer for if someone's trying to figure out how to ask for reviews, but maybe you verbally or in person don't have to. Maybe you can create a process where it kind of just plays itself out and you can just drop a link, and by the time they get to that point, they're willing to do it.
So it almost sounds like it's that Nike slogan, right? Just do it, right? To find a way to
Yeah.
do it and do it.
Yeah.
Ask. It's not going to hurt. And folks, you heard it here first from Drew Marion, the Google reviews machine. Thank you, sir, for opening up underneath the hood a little bit to let us know what's going on and how you found so much success doing this. And the next time I check your Google reviews page, I want to see 2x the number of reviews you got there.
I'm waiting for that day. I'll treat myself on that day, but hopefully in another 6 months to a year, I've got a whole other avenue that I've figured out to get more of these. So yeah, appreciate your time, man. Always great.
Yeah, love it. Appreciate it. Thank you, Drew.